Temple University professor Дэвид Джейкобс has spent his life studying alien abductions. He's come to an incredible conclusion.
I was not a great believer in abductions when I began this work, and now the evidence has persuaded me that alien abductions are real.
Over 3 decades, Jacobs' research has stacked up numbers which are impossible to ignore.
I have looked at approximately 1,100 different abduction events with about 150 people. They know that there's absolutely nothing to gain by coming to my house and saying that they've been abducted by people from another dimension or planet or whatever it is. It's all downside, there's no upside. It makes them look crazy, they don't want their names used, they don't want people to know that they're even coming here. I have worked with people who refuse to tell me their names. They just work under a fake name altogether, and I understand that. People are abducted with their families. They are abducted with strangers. They're abducted in groups. People can verify each other's abductions. You know, lots of people believe that this is a benevolent phenomenon, that these are loving, caring light beings who are concerned with our well-being.
But Jacobs believes the aliens have a much more sinister purpose.
People have unusual experiences related to UFOs, and they can't remember what happened to them. There might be a 2, 3, 4 hour missing time period that they can't account for, and nobody else around them can account for it either.
Are aliens erasing the memory of their victims? Why? Jacobs believes he can find the answer using hypnosis.
I feel I'm sliding out of the bed.
Are you alone at this time?
No, I feel like there's something around me, beings, and they're on either side of me. I'm scared.
When I'm under hypnosis, I remember being examined, some sort of medical exam or some sort of medical procedure.
All abductees say the same thing. They are required to lie on a table, and when they do that, a series of physical, reproductive, and mental procedures are performed upon them. They have a staring procedure whereby a gray alien will stare directly into their eyes from a distance of an inch or maybe even touching foreheads. They cannot close their eyes, they can't shift their eyes, and they can feel a sort of something happening in their mind. It might be flashes of images, it might be the evocation of feelings, it might be all sorts of things that these beings want to have happen. If it's a woman, eggs are taken. If it's a man, sperm is taken.
When Jacobs digs deep, he uncovers something bizarre.
There was one experience I can remember with a small baby. I don't know what you would call it. The baby that I was holding was very pale colored, seemed very weak to me, and didn't have a lot of hair. And I felt like I was comforting it somehow. So that was my experience with this baby. And it was, you know, it's a small fleeting memory in the entire experience. And it was puzzling to me because I didn't understand it.
They all describe unusual looking babies or children who look sort of like a cross between alien and human. There was a spectrum. Some looked more human and others looked more alien.
Jacobs believes there can only be one answer. Aliens are breeding with humans.
Why are all sorts of people describing this? We think that this is an integration program into the society. Why it's an integration into the society, I don't know. We don't know that. That is the main question in abduction research now. Why? Abductees are not told why, and therefore we don't know why. Now, if this were psychological, we'd know why. They just make it up like they're making everything else up. And we'd have a variety of whys, but we really do not know why. It's adding up to the exploitation of one species over another. I fear for my kids and everybody else's kids. I fear for the generations coming up. I don't think that they're going to be leading the lives that they think they're going to be leading.